Hello, welcome. Hi guys. Hey Diva. Welcome to my channel. I'm that bitch, been that bitch, still that bitch.
Forever will be that bitch. This is why I'm the main host of the show. So, welcome back.
Oh shit, are we recording? I thought we were doing a test run.
No.
Shit, fuck. I thought this was a test run. I was like,
No. We're back. We may look a little different, or at least the background looks a little different because we've switched locations. Not permanently. We'll be back in our super cool office setting next week.
Office setting.
But today, we are filming in the great state of San Antonio and
City.
And we have producer Ray with us.
Producer Ray.
Bilingual queen, producer Ray.
Diva Boots.
Hot sugar Ray. What's the barbecue sauce?
Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet SBR.
Hickory Barbecue.
Hickory Barbecue. That's homophobic. Speaking of, it is June. Happy Pride Month, everybody, especially those who don't celebrate. And we're bringing to you the letter F.
I'm not going to say it. Because y'all said that that joke was overdone, so...
It's not overdone when the show we haven't said on the show. When you say it in person so many times. Anyways, today's letter that we're going to go for is the letter F, which will stand for Flatonia, Texas, and
Fresno, California.
But before we begin, we're going to go into a little bit of just our typical bullshit. There isn't actually much news to go over. There was a Psych Out article of a recent article that said the Mothman's been sighted again, and I was like, oh cool, I like Mothman stories. Upon reading the Mothman story, it turns out it was a recent article about a sighting 20 years ago. So, how does that make you feel?
Mothman was sighted in 2005.
Well, the interesting thing apparently is that with the Mothman sighting, the reason why it was brought up is because the guy who witnessed the experience didn't know what he was actually looking at until I think he saw like an Unsolved Mysteries episode, a recent one, and they talked about the Mothman, and he was like, oh, that's what I saw. And then he came out and was like, but because it was so long ago, he didn't really remember the details. But that's pretty cool. Okay, where's my notes? Were you going to go over this first too?
Me?
Yeah.
You want me to say it? Did you make those? No, are these my notes? Did I make those?
Yeah, these
notes?
are your notes.
Oh, okay.
I'm combining them.
Okay. I thought
because during Pride Month we have to work together.
Yes. No.
I don't know if we're doing a fist bump.
No, it was like ally.
Oh, white power. Okay.
No. White power. You bitch.
After last week's episode. Let's go, Elon Musk. So Wes has two interesting points of facts to go over for today's news segment.
Yeah. NASA chief scientist Ellen Stofan, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, stated that humans could come in contact with extraterrestrials by 2025. We are in 2025. Yeah. So extraterrestrial guests at the June 2025 press conference, I wrote this so wrong. The English is, I'm trying to like read it how I wrote it, but it's not.
Sounds like Ray wrote it.
Yeah, it does. Dumbass. That's that McCallum education.
Yes, I'm just kidding.
But there is going to be a display of alien technology and an introduction to the different species at a convention. Discord is
the extraterrestrial guests.
Yeah,
there's I guess like a UFO type conference going on in 2025. Yes. Today, the month of June.
Literally now.
Okay. I don't
No, that's not the way that I wrote it.
I
Is
don't know what that means.
we're all human. You know that's the beauty of Pride Month.
That's the Buick.
That's a Buick. That's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Well, I do have something interesting since I thought we didn't really have anything to go over during the news segment, even though apparently we had a couple of great nuggets here. I have a question. This was when I was researching the articles and I saw the Mothman article come up. Someone had asked this question and I was like, interesting. And that's, why are such cryptid sightings in the U.S. only where U.S. has military presence? Why is there no Slender Man seen in, say, India or Mothman in Singapore? Are they the result of U.S. military man-beast hybridization experiments?
You know, is that a question for me?
It's just a general question.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not a scientist. I don't work for the military. That is actually a interesting question because the subject today for me, that is one of the theories, is that they are like a human experiment or of some sorts.
That's cool. I actually think the question on the surface is pretty interesting, but I actually don't think it's that deep because this sounds like, no offense, Redditor, if you're listening, but it sounds like someone that maybe isn't too familiar with other cultures because there are a lot of cryptids in other countries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I first read it, it's worded so well that you're like, oh, you're right. But then also Slender Man is not a real...
Yeah, that one was a hoax.
I'm not saying all the other ones are, but Slender Man is a internet creepypasta. It was made by people online basically making the story. That's like saying, how come no one's seen Freddy Krueger in real life? Well, he was made for entertainment. But a Mothman in Singapore, I'm sure Singapore has other legends and cryptids. So,
Mm-hmm. Like the one that you talked about, the one in Indonesia, that giant bat.
Mm-hmm. The Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, her. That one is just like a giant bat. And how different is that from Mothman?
Yeah, so. And technically the Yeti is not an American cryptid. It's the whatever cold climate version
Siberian or Russian. I'm assuming
some snowy place. Yeah. Okay. So today I will be taking y'all over. Where is Flatonia?
You don't even know where Flatonia is?
Oh, where is it?
I don't freaking know. I just learned about it today.
Well, there's I-10.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's actually
right there. It's
close.
Between San Antonio and Houston. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So Flatonia is in between San Antonio and Houston. It's a town southwestern. Flatonia is a town in southwestern Fayette County, located in I-10 and the Union Pacific Railroad, which is going to come up later. Population, 1,300 people in 2020. So, yeah. Interesting. Okay. So, the reason why I chose Flatonia is because, well, let me tell you, she's not just the only unpopular girl in school. You get it. Flatonia.
Oh, flat-chested, yeah.
But she's also a spooky city in Texas.
Oh.
I wrote that. So there's a couple of creepy things with Flatonia. The first thing is the Train Tower Terror. No, the Train Town Terror.
It's like tower.
It's a quiet railway town built in the 1800s. Tons of legends about disappearances along the Southern Pacific Rail Line, possible connections to drifters, and unrecorded crimes. Also, there is folklore and urban legends in Flatonia. They say in the Flatonia forest, but because we live around here, forest is a stretch.
Forest is a stretch.
A expansion of shrubs probably is more like it.
Yeah.
But locals say that there's feral humans, or what they call pigmen, that live in the nearby woods. And again, kind of like what you were saying, there's theories that these feral people, pigmen, whatever, they're possibly connected to escaped convicts or genetic experiments.
Oh, they kind of Some like those have eyes kind of vibe, you know,
Yeah.
where they're like, you know.
Yeah. And so apparently, like, there's an unusual amount of people that are reported missing along this railway.
Oh.
But again, it could be like, what's a drifter? Is that someone that's traveling a long distance by themselves? I think that's a drifter. I don't know.
Sounds like it.
Well, anyways, you know, people just traveling by themselves, sometimes shit happens. But it is creepy. It does give Hills Have Vibes kind of vibe, or like Wrong Turn, or like, you know, the inbred family that lives in Flatonia that's been eating people. I don't know why they're called pigmen. Do they look like pigs?
They might look like Ray.
That's rude.
Ray, I'm kidding.
Jump.
You're gonna jump?
No. He's gonna jump you.
Jump
That's what he
me?
meant. So the legend goes that while direct accounts from Flatonia are scarce, and they are, because even though I got like little clips of these wild men living there, or wild people, I mean, I misgendered them, while there are reports of people going missing and these sightings of these strange people, there's not really much you can find online about it, which I think is also kind of weird. But a couple of theories are just people living in isolation away from modern society, reclusive individuals surviving off the land, avoiding contact with outsiders. So, you know, there's like, are we just calling like unhoused people cryptids
At this point?
But, you know, there's also a lot of unexplained sounds that go on in the woods, sightings in the woods attributed to these elusive figures that are living there. Like I said earlier, the disappearances where people go off around this railroad, or they go into like remote locations around Flatonia and they just disappear. Narratives tap into the broader American folklore of feral people, which is actually like a big thing. Have you heard of like these communities of feral people?
Of feral people?
Well, do you know what feral means?
You know I'm not a dumbass, right?
I'm just making sure you know.
Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is. Don't look at it like that. Don't look at me like that. Whoever you were looking at. I can't tell with you.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
For those that may not know, feral is basically just a way that you change when you live in a desolate, isolated area.
Yeah, when you're isolated, then you go back to like animalistic roots.
Yeah.
So the way West gets feral means he gives me attention.
Exactly.
It's the opposite.
She gets me. That's my sister.
When he gets attention, he doesn't get attention.
Gets
When I get attention, maybe
feral.
yeah, it gives me a rush. Yeah, yeah, it's like my poppers. You know?
Well, that's just animalistic bottoming. But
Not a bottom, but okay. Stop!
I didn't say
Don't
anything.
perpetuate these negative
narratives.
narratives in me. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so there's a film called The Wild Man of the Navidad, which tells the story of an individual living in the Texas wilderness during the 19th century, surviving by stealth and evasion. So this gives a representation of what could be a feral person. And as far as I know, these don't really explain why people are going missing. Do feral people just turn violent? Do they have rabies? It's like 28 days later. Who knows? While Flatonia has an eerie mix of isolation, history, and just enough weird whispers to keep you up at night, whether it's a backwoods family reunion or something way more sinister, one thing's for sure, when you're out there, it's not just the coyotes watching you, Leslie. I want to see you go against like a crowd of feral people. That'd be cute.
A crowd of feral people.
Could you
Are they
imagine?
hot?
Not like you feral with a bunch of tops, but just like
No. You know, I just tried to get my mom to watch this.
Oh,
I literally was like, "You want to watch this?" And she was like, "Is it crass?"
well, of course.
And
it
I'm
is.
like,
when I upload it, there's a button that says, "Is this explicit?" And I hit yes for your mom to see.
and giving them the Cammy experience. That's my mom's.
Oh. But yeah, so short and sweet and pretty flat, like this land. There wasn't really much Texas cities that started with F. There's Felt Furious, which I just like because I could use furious in a pun, but that was just more like connected to the mob.
South Furious is a town.
Well, it's not. It is not spelled the same way as furious, but it's furios or something. You know, it's Spanish.
Oh, I thought it was Russian. The way you pronounce it sounded Russian to me.
I was in Russian.
Fredericksburg? Do they have anything there?
They most likely just have ghosts, and
Yeah, I know
you know how we
you
feel
hate
about ghosts. Like your Corpus Christi episode.
Fucking hate ghosts. Yeah. I think we need a little break from
Your
ghosts.
Corpus
Anyways, I have a
Christi episode
ghost.
about 14 houses and only 2 of them were haunted.
Yeah, I was like, the haunted houses of this place. And it's only like, not even half of them are even haunted. I'm like, what a misleading name. But
It's okay. We loved it.
you know who did love it?
I don't know who you're referring to.
Number one fan.
Yes,
Keep going.
Adam. So next, Wesley will be taking you to the gold rush of California and bringing to you San Francisco.
San Francisco. That's not my city. Fresno.
I wrote up all these.
So I'm taking you to Fresno, California. Fresno was officially incorporated as a city in 1885, and it grew rapidly due to its location in the fertile. Not as
What does
soon as
Wes and Fresno have in common?
Oh,
They're fertile
our
myrtles.
ovaries are drooping.
And he says it's not. And did you see that look of Ray clocking?
Stop! Don't clock me. The San Joaquin Valley, originally a small agricultural settlement, linked to the development of the Central Pacific Railroad. Oh, railroads.
Maybe they connected.
Railroads.
All railroads lead to. He's in a mood, y'all. He is in a mood.
Fresno became a hub for farming and commerce. Its rich multicultural population includes Native American, Spanish, Mexican, and immigrant influences. The region's diverse culture and history also contribute to a strong tradition of folklore, ghost stories, and unexplained phenomena. No, I did that.
We will zoom in.
Yeah, don't stop. Don't objectify me. Anyways, so we are going to be talking about a creepy little creature that was caught on camera in 2007. We're not sure exactly what this diva is, but she is literally just a giant walking pair of legs. Pants. Legs.
The
Pants.
Fresno creepy crawler.
You know who it is?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to take over? Because
No,
apparently you know
I've just heard of it.
God.
But our audience probably hasn't because they're not a weirdo like me.
Yeah, whatever. So, I mean, of course, they have Chupacabra sightings, La Llorona, you know, like whatever, southern states.
Typical.
It's
close to Mexico.
California's not southern, but it's close to Mexico.
It's next to Mexico. I feel like those
Yeah.
are just things close to Mexico.
Yeah, when you're close to Mexico, you're gonna see some chupacabras. So,
I actually had this discussion earlier with somebody where I was like, do you notice that like America's most haunted cities are cities that have a heavy influence of either Hispanic or Black culture? New Orleans, San
New
Antonio,
Orleans especially.
Atlanta, like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I said because white
Flatonia.
people are boring. Flatonia, yeah. Go ahead.
But anyways, let's talk about the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Well, first, Ray, do you know what the Fresno Nightcrawler
Do you know what it
is?
is? You know who she is?
No.
What the
If you
fuck
had to
do you
guess.
What do you think it looks like? Give us a picture. Stop. I can tell you're Bruno something shady in your little head.
I was going to describe you.
I know. That's what I know you. The Fresno Nightcrawler was first caught on camera in 2007 by a guy named Jose. And he saw it on camera, and it was just a white figure. It's kind of the way that I think of it is like a wishbone, like wishbones are like
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like moving like this. What are you doing? Why are you laughing at me?
The first two ways that they describe it is basically me. White or pale colored, extremely thin and elongated legs.
Wait, who is this diva? She's like,
Anyways, that's why I was laughing.
no
because I
arms,
was like
no torso, legs for days,
huge
smalls.
pussy right in the middle.
Oh my god! And like her pussy's baggy too. So when she,
One of the lips drags.
it does, yeah.
That's why it's called the Nightcrawler.
Whenever it walks, there's like a little bit of bagginess. That's pertinent, okay. But there's like a little bit of bagginess in like what would be like the crotch area, because some people think that
It's a boy.
the Nightcrawler. So some people think that the Nightcrawler is just like a circus performer or like someone in a costume, but there have been multiple people that have tried to like debunk the Nightcrawler video, like the very first Nightcrawler video, and they haven't been able to replicate it perfectly, especially with 2007 potato cam footage. So.
Well, also, isn't there more than one?
Yeah, they always show up in pairs, so there's always at least two. You know? So, aww, that's hard. Aww.
Two thin, white, elongated legs.
Two thin, white, elongated. One's bigger than the other.
One's a...
Oh. And there have been multiple reports. This cryptid is actually very like well recorded and photographed and whatnot. So they were found at Yosemite National Park. Then there have been multiple like videos out there, and then yeah, the Nightcrawler has like a lot of has a fan base because fan base, you know, like a Mothman kind of vibe, because there's like you can buy like a Nightcrawler plushie or stickers or art or whatever, and people love that bitch. I mean, what's not to love? She's just legs.
She eats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen the video. It is creepy. It's creepy, but it's like also like not scary because you're like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah, like kick me.
this me to death.
Like, she's like,
But it is weird because it doesn't look fake, and you don't know what it is, and so I don't know. That's it. I wonder when the last time. When the last time it was. I'll look it up. When was the last time it was spotted? While you continue talking.
yeah. So some people believe that it is a cryptid. That's what I'm calling it. It's like a new unknown species. Some people think that it's a ghost because the areas that it's been sighted in have like a lot of like ghost activity. But honestly, like you can say that about any location. Like any location can be considered haunted. If one person has died in the area, then there could be ghosts.
Technically, every area has had someone die in it.
Exactly. Unless it's like the fucking desert. But I mean, you could die in the desert. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
what were you gonna say?
Um,
Oh, Billings, Montana.
well,
Is that the last time it was?
the last time it was seen was in 2020 in Billings, Montana.
Oh wow.
So
She's been
She
AWOL
moved.
for 5 years. Yeah, because she was found in Fresno, then Yosemite, and now Billings, Montana. She's going. She's on her tour to the
it's
east.
just a long time to get there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with those legs.
She probably works for Uber Eats. But this podcast is not sponsored by Uber Eats.
Yet.
Not after what I just said.
Some people think it's a hoax, that it's a puppet, CGI, or a man-made creation, you know, that it's fake. But there's a show called, I cannot remember what it's called. I literally did not write it down. There was a show on the Discovery Channel or History Channel, one of those. And fuck, what is it called? It's like fact
Or fiction. No, that's the older show.
Fact or faked? Is it fact or is it faked? So this was it was through Paranormal Files on the Sci-Fi Channel? And this show, they were trying to recreate the footage in many ways that people typically do through CGI, through puppets, and everything that people suspect it to be. They also tried to find it by going to Fresno and like hunting for the Nightcrawler or whatever. They couldn't find it, but they determined that the footage was not a hoax. So they're saying that it was a legitimate, video of the Nightcrawler, which is crazy.
Not a falsified video.
It's not a falsified video. But so another theory. Oh, from what you said. So another theory is that the Fresno Nightcrawler is an alien. She's just legs. Aliens are weird. So bless your heart. Another theory is that it is the result of genetic human experiments.
Ooh. F is for failed experiments. Okay, well, we hope you dug. You get it because it's a cemetery, graveyard podcast. Like you dug the episode.
I hope you did dug it.
I hope you dug the episode. I feel like I wasn't a little as animated as I usually am because usually we record after I go to the gym and I have like all this pre-workout in me, and all I have in me right now is just gas and disappointment.
Typical.
Yeah. But that wraps up today's episode for F is for Flatonia, Fresno, and failed science experiments. And that's how the graveyard guys see it. That's what you're going to do, right?
No, I wasn't. I was doing F like in time.
That's how the graveyard guys F it.
That's how we fucking
But yeah, we'll be back again next week, back into a familiar studio in Austin, Texas, with G. I didn't know what letter came out. But yeah, till then, like and subscribe on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, send us your spooky stories that you have, and until next time, I get confused between this and my other podcast and how I close
What
it.
do y'all say in that one?
Goodbye and don't die. But then I was like, that's not this podcast. What did you say?
What did you say?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Make something up.
Ray, what did we say? Make something up. Perfect. Everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
If you want to stay on this fucking podcast, I'm just kidding.
You're gonna have to
interact with this. Just kidding. Okay, let me stop.
You said graveyard out bitches.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah, that one time.